me, Tara Strong, aka Miss Minutes for Bama Geeks. I hope you're ready to watch, and if you don't, I will have to prune you. Stay on your sacred timeline.
Oh, are you on the sacred timeline tonight?
Yes, we are.
We hope you are. Hey, we're the Bama Geeks. Good Sunday evening. Hope you're doing well.
Hi. Hello.
I'm Brock Parker. Yes, Bo?
Yeah, I was about to say, but I'll save the pleasantries for my turn.
I'm Brock. That's my wife, Jess.
Yep.
And down below is Bo Bearded.
Yes. I must say, one of my favorite things from the intro, I don't know why, but that one little sound track where it goes, boom, 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 boom. I look forward to that part every time in our intro. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm hip, I'm cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Old people trying to hold on to our youth.
Yeah.
So we are down one geek tonight. Hey, Ice Knight, how you doing?
Hiya.
So great for you to join us again. We always appreciate you. So Kevin is a little bit under the weather tonight, and so he might watch live. He might pop in the chat and say hi. But if not, hello from Kevin. And so he will hopefully be back next time. So you just got the three of us tonight, and we're just going to talk a whole bunch of stuff. Hey, Shane. Shane says, no, I am not on my own timeline, sacred timeline. I'm making my own sacred timeline with blackjack.
All right.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Well, so glad you guys are here tonight to join us. We, Jess and I will try to be energetic. We just got off the road from a 5-hour drive home from the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
My best friend from high school is having a milestone birthday this year, and she wanted all of us to come down and celebrate with her. So we did, had a great time, celebrated a couple of birthdays while we were there. So that was really cool. Jess and I have never been to Panama City Beach together.
Right. Yeah.
So this was our first trip together. We always go to Alabama's Gulf Coast. We go to Orange Beach.
Which was probably a good thing it wasn't this weekend, because they had like the Sand in My Boots festival or something this weekend, and apparently that was a lot of people came for that.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that
like a music festival?
It was a country. It's I think what's his name, Morgan Wallen or whatever. He did some kind of country music inspired thing. Basically, they did a country hangout festival. Basically,
I'm very happy I missed that. No offense to anybody who really likes current bro country.
Yeah.
I stopped in the 90s.
Yeah.
Not in our wheelhouse.
Nah.
But
definitely not my wagon wheel.
No. Oh boy, he does not like that song.
I hate that song with a burning passion.
And I can report that when we were at dinner last night, that John Cougar Mellencamp did play in the restaurant last night. So more proof that, when Small Town came on. Yeah. So
I can't escape him.
He's always there.
No.
Did not want to see Post Malone.
No.
I don't mind old Posty, but I didn't want to see him.
Yeah. Nope.
I wouldn't be. I can't.
Three Doors Down, which is very impressive since their lead singer, his announcement. That's
Oh yeah, he's got what kind of?
I forgot, for some form of cancer, I believe, or I think
kidney.
Yeah.
Jim Ross from
Jim Ross,
commentators got colon cancer. It's like, my goodness.
Yeah.
So pulling for a lot of people these days. Good night. So Jess and I were down at the Panama City Beach all weekend for that. So we're a little tired.
We're a little road weary, more or less.
Yeah, this month is crazy as far as travel. Thankfully, Jess's travel is over, but mine, I've still got one trip back to the Northeast at the end of the month to make. So, but yeah, and we're kind of going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about a different form of music as well. If you saw the thumbnail, if you saw our social media post, I tried to make a pun with that graphic, filtering New York tea.
Yeah.
This because Bo went to see Filter
Yes.
Bo and Kevin went to see Filter, Friday night?
Saturday night. Friday night. It's Friday night.
Friday night. And then Jess and I are going to spill the tea about a secret we learned in New York.
Clickbait.
Well, not really, because we're going to deliver. We're going to deliver.
I know, but
That's
we were kind of we were joking about that. How could we make this episode the posting some clickbait? But
yeah, typically I try to make the thumbnails for these episodes like on Saturday, and because I was swimming in the Gulf yesterday, I was not going to bring my laptop in, and so we did it with about a couple of hours before the show tonight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much when we walked in the door.
Yeah.
Let's put bags down. Now let's kind of.
I was like, what are we talking about? I don't know. Well, I'm just going to make something up.
Yeah.
So anyway, so you're not going to spread it over 5 episodes. No, that's clickbait, said Shane.
No,
on the next episode of Bama Geeks.
Ice Knight says, hopefully it's not as bad as the sweet tea in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I have had Coca-Cola in Grand Rapids, but not tea. When I was up there, and this was back 32 years ago when I was up there, they did not put ice in it. I'm like, what is it was like in July. And I'm like, you're not putting ice? They said, well, we'll give you a cube. And I went,
go full 80 on ice. I mean, on the rocks. And I mean ice.
Oh, me. Well, what do we want to lead off with?
It's whatever you guys feel with you. I feel like you guys had more. Your trending setting against New York is a little bit more in a longer topic than what I got. For one evening, but
okay.
So Shane says, Chi-Town sweet tea is the worst.
Yeah.
I'm not protective any, so.
Okay. I've been through. I mean, I've spent some time in Chicago, but I don't think I ever had tea up there. But I will tell you where I have had tea and where I love tea, and that is at Junior's, where they serve Junior's cheesecake and some of the best hamburgers in the world up in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And as you saw by the thumbnail, that's what we're talking about. The thing is with Junior's has really good unsweet tea. We've talked about this on the podcast and the live streams before.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love Junior's unsweet tea. And I'm like, when I go to New York, I got to have their unsweet tea.
Mm-hmm.
So, and because of their unsweet tea, I'm now diving more into it. I'm kind of being like Kevin. Kevin drinks unsweet tea almost exclusively now. And I'm now to that point. In fact, today, all I've had is unsweet tea with lemon in it.
Mm-hmm.
As we were coming back, just as a quick aside, as we were coming back from the beach today, we stopped at Shoney's of all places.
Yeah.
We ate lunch at Shoney's. There's one on I-65 going down towards the coast. And I've not had Shoney's in probably 20-something years.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time I did. And I think if I did, whenever I went the last time, it was usually for breakfast. So, you could dive into that breakfast bar.
Mm-hmm.
But today we dove into the Sunday lunch buffet bar.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I did not remember Shoney's being that good, but excellent today.
Mm-hmm.
Very happy. But I had unsweet tea there with the lemon in it. Mm-hmm. But what has spurred that on is Junior's up near Times Square. And when we went to New York, I took Jessica and my daughter up to New York a couple of weeks ago and spent the week. I was at a work conference and they went out and did the town. We got to Junior's, and after our meal, I looked at the waiter and I said, okay, this is the third time in a year that I've been up here to drink your tea. I love it. I need to know what brand you use. How do you fix it? Shane says Sony's is hit or miss. Some are good and some are just ad.
This one was good.
The one we had today was really good.
Yeah.
So I asked the waiter, I was like, I need to know if you can spill the tea on your tea, what brand do you use? How do you fix it? And he's like, oh, really? You like this Unsweet tea? I'm like, yeah, I really do. This is some of the best this is the best I've had. And he said, well, I prefer ours sweet. I'm like, you serve sweet tea here in New York,
Yeah.
And he laughed. He said, yeah, we do actually.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, I've never asked for it. So I said, but I love your Unsweet tea. I'm trying to get away from sugar and all that stuff. And so he's like, well, hang on just a minute. Let me run to the back and I'll go ask. I said, okay. So we were finishing our cheesecakes and stuff like that. And he came back and he pulls out his phone and he has a picture. He said, okay, this is the brand we use. And he turned his phone around. Red Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Made here in Birmingham, Alabama. And I busted out laughing. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I said, this where we're from. We live in Birmingham. He said, is that where it's made? I said, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to come to New York and my favorite Unsweet tea is made in Birmingham. And he laughed. He's like, well, at least now you know that's what we use. And I said, okay, all right. I guess we might be switching to Red Diamond Unsweet tea down here.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting some brand I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
Some brand that I had, this is going to be exotic because this is in New York City.
Little did we know we're getting a piece of hometown right there.
Red Diamond.
In the middle of Times Square in New York.
and that's not the only Birmingham connection we found up there. So if you want good, in my opinion, good Unsweet tea, Red Diamond made right here in Birmingham, shocked me because what brand do we normally use?
Louisiana.
Mm-hmm. And I like it, and we sweeten it with Splenda and everything. We don't use sugar in our tea, but we're good.
But both of us we are both making a effort to reduce that reduce Splenda as well, or artificial sweeteners also.
Mm-hmm.
So
Shane says, no surprise to him, as I think only Red Diamond and Royal Cup that sells tea to restaurants outside some smaller areas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Well, it's good to know.
Yeah. It was just funny that Red Diamond made in Birmingham is in New York City. But yeah, I think we're going to switch.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. You finish up where you're at.
No, please prolong this because otherwise this episode is going to end in 10 minutes.
Okay. Made me think you was talking about it. I saw this in the store earlier today, and I completely forgot about it till now. This might be something for our next tasting on stream altogether.
Okay.
Apparently, they're releasing a Sprite plus tea.
What?
Yes, I've seen that. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a Sprite tea mixture drink. Yes, I didn't know. Apparently, it was a thing that people were mixing Sprite and tea together. Yeah.
I mean, it is limited lime.
Yeah.
Well, I guess one of my favorite Mitch Hedberg jokes. It's just limited lime. Nope, it's more than that. You want any more homemade Sprite? Nope. I know I butchered it, but you know where I'm coming from there. But yeah,
limited lime. Nope, there's more to it than that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, throw out some Mitch Hedberg for me. I would love it.
But let's see. There's a website from Taste of Home. Says
tea.
I drop a flavored.
I've heard of people mixing like tea and milk, which no.
No,
Pepsi and milk, isn't it?
I don't know, but either one sounds nasty.
Well,
yeah, it's gross.
Yeah,
Pepsi and milk sounds gross, but then again, I'm a big fan of float drinks, like soda float drinks. So I mean,
Yeah, Ice Knight says, what drink were we mixing with tea in the 90s? I can't remember.
Well, Snapple was a big thing in the 90s.
Snapple and Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona tea. If you're
Now, one thing that I still do that my dad always did is Coke and tea. And I will do that sometimes. It just takes the carbonation off a little bit.
Yeah.
But I haven't done that in a long time.
Okay.
So I don't know, but that's one thing that I don't mind doing.
Yeah, this is from Taste of Home. I found it here.
What is?
I
can't get behind this idea. I will try it just for the sake of trying it. But that's rough.
But see, I love Sprite Zero.
Yeah, Sprite Zero is good.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
Huh.
I mean, people were recently mixing pickles with Dr. Pepper. So
yeah. I like pickles, but no.
You're going to, I'll see what you're doing there.
What am I doing?
Bo.
I missed it. I'm sorry. I was too busy being grossed out.
No, it was like I was looking at what's on deck there.
Oh, what is on deck?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. no. I had my Facebook open up back there. Sorry.
I thought we were gonna
I'm not showing that. So no.
So Shane says it's too acidic because I'm not going to say what it tastes like when you mix the bottles up in a long convoy drive. Throw that. Okay. Ice Knight says I can't help seeing "flea" on the can in big letters. So when you hold up the Sprite and tea.
Let me pull that back up. Sorry.
With the plus.
It looks like flea. Is Needles on the phone? Dad, it's for you. Needles, Douglas J.
You guys are getting what you pay for tonight.
I'll bring it back up for him.
While Bo tries to find it, if you're enjoying what we're talking about,
there you go.
Thank you. But make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you do, and make sure you visit BamaGeeks.com and also check out at BamaGeeks on social media. And while we're waiting for him to pull that up, we'll also give a shout out to our long-standing supporters, Jamie and Mike and Darnay and Jack. We love you guys. Appreciate you. If you want some more information on how you can support the channel outside of just watching, just head back over to BamaGeeks.com. And it's never required or anything, but that website's got all the info you need. So just head over there and please give this video a like if you want to see flea tea. There it is. Let's see.
I can see the flea there.
Yeah. I can definitely see that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Fleet.
Yeah, that graphic designer needs to rethink that. That's hilarious.
Sprite plus tea.
Shane says, personally, this sounds like someone watched way too much TikTok to make this.
Agreed. I'm pretty sure that's where it was inspired by.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, those kids, those crazy kids on TikTok.
New York was a great trip, though. We had a good time.
Yeah, we went to see The Outsiders.
Yes,
on Broadway.
Yes.
Which leads into the next Birmingham related thing. My daughter's favorite musical, as well as mine, has always been Les Mis. Well, she went back in January to see The Outsiders on Broadway, and so she wanted to get us into there to see it. And so The Outsiders, highly recommend. It's a fantastic musical. It's coming to Atlanta to the Fox in the fall, November, I think.
Yes.
Worth checking out. We're going to go back and see it for sure and take her.
Yeah, Alyssa and I got up Tuesday morning to go wait at the box office for them to open at 10 o'clock so we could do the rush tickets.
And they were first in line.
We were the first in line, and turns out that our first in line got us on the very front row of the theater. I mean, we were basically looking up noses. Okay. Look, they were standing there.
We got wet. We got rubber gravel kicked onto us.
Yeah. We got an experience.
Yeah.
Yes,
it is.
Yeah. Outside. Yeah. It's based off that. Absolutely.
Did your 8th grade teacher make you read the book and watch it the same as mine did? That's around when I did it.
Never read it. Never watched the movie. I've got to go back and watch the movie. I saw the musical before knowing anything about it. And dang, the musical's fantastic.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Some of the way they choreograph things and stuff in the show, it's fantastic. I can't wait till we go see it in Atlanta so I can sit a little further back and see, because with rush tickets there are it does have a partial view. So some things, if they were on, so if we're where the stage is, if they were on the far right, we had a big tire in front of us.
Yeah.
So we couldn't really see anything that was on the right side of the stage.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing it again so that I can see everything.
Yeah, and the guy that plays Pony Boy, hands out a copy of the actual Outsiders book to somebody in the audience at the end of the play.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that was really cool.
We were hoping that Alyssa was going to have the honors of receiving the book, but turns out the girl that he did hand it to at the end, it was her birthday. Actually, after the show was over with, we did stage door and we got to meet some of the cast. We got our playbills signed, and it turns out that Brock's daughter and her got to talking outside of the show, and they got to be chatty with each other. So they kind
of they're a little glitchy at the moment.
of made it go. Yeah,
I think we glitched.
Yeah, y'all glitched a little bit, but that's not too bad.
We had some internet issues thanks to the weather.
Are we back?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I still see we've got a low.
Shane says, "Yeah, everyone's teacher." Yeah, Machio, and I want to say in Estevez in the movie, Emilio's in the movie.
Yes, Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe.
Yeah,
there's
a lot of '80s heartthrobs in it. So.
Emilio Estevez, Rob Lowe. Yeah, it's got a phenomenal cast to it. Diane Lane is in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Leif Garrett. So
awesome. Yep, Brat Pack Group.
So if you ever, I will highly recommend this show. If you ever have a chance to see it, even if you know the story, don't pass it up, because knowing the story but seeing it set in a musical format was phenomenal.
Yeah, really.
The music was really good.
And music was fantastic.
Music was great.
So, and if our connections, like I said, I'm seeing that it's a little bit unstable on the screen for us. Excuse that our town flooded and had trees go down, and our internet went out for a bit while we were coming back today. So, really bad weather throughout the area today. So yeah, we were walking out of Outsiders, and this guy, some kid with a University of Alabama shirt, fraternity shirt, comes walking out, and I'm like, okay, that's our second Birmingham connection, or close to Birmingham connection, our second Alabama connection.
There you go.
Yeah. So after the Outsiders, surprisingly, there's not a lot of restaurants that stay open as late as I thought they would in New York. And so we were hemming and hawing, as Jessica tends to do with dinner choices. Jess has a tendency to, she normally does not get stressed out. Jess will get stressed out when it comes to picking something for dinner, either fixing it at home or going somewhere. That is a trigger for her.
It is. I recognize that trigger. You're absolutely right.
So we're standing outside the Outsiders, the Jacobs Theater, smelling all the wonderful things that people are smoking in New York.
The wonderful smells of New York.
Smells of New York near Times Square. So we're standing there for a few minutes and trying to decide what we're going to go do for dinner. And we're like, you know what? Margaritaville. That's not something we never want to eat something that we can get at home. And Margaritaville is not around Birmingham. So we're like Margaritaville. Let's just go over there. It's open. So we go over there, get in, get seated, and our waiter comes. I was like, hey guys, how are y'all doing? Say, great. How are you? Fine. Where are y'all from? I was, well, we're from Birmingham. Oh, really? I'm from Bessemer.
Wow.
Just like,
wow.
Yeah. What are the odds, right?
We're like, wait a minute. You are waiting on us in New York and you're from Bessemer. He goes, yeah. What school did you go to?
Jess Lanier
High School. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, you're not far from us. So
yeah.
He had been in, he said he graduated college, 20 years ago, and decided he wanted to take a shot on New York, and got up there, and that's what he's doing right now is working at Margaritaville.
Yeah. So it's like, what are the odds? You go and sit down, and you find out your waiter is a hometown. It's a hometown dude. So
yeah.
So the big question: which one of you ordered the cheeseburger in Paradise? That's what everyone.
None of us.
I didn't because I had a cheeseburger the night before at Junior's.
I got you.
Yeah.
I save my burgers for Junior's whenever we go up there.
It's
normally that's my order. I get the cheese. I always get the cheeseburger, but I couldn't do cheeseburger 2 nights in a row. I had to do something a little different. So, and it was late. I just needed some food. So I basically went with a grilled chicken Caesar salad. It's not very Margaritaville, but so.
Yeah. But it was good. So just in case you ever see this, Larry, hi, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Larry?
Larry, originally from Bessemer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Never know. Larry just might find his way to this podcast if he's looking for, something Bama.
Yeah.
Who knows,
right? He's coming back to visit sometime later in the summer.
Yeah.
Like, well, look us up.
Hey, Larry.
Say hi.
Get in touch with us, man.
Yeah. So... But yeah, New York was a lot of fun. Got to see, of course, Alyssa, my daughter, has never been to the Ghostbusters Firehouse. So we took her there. And then Jess took me to the museum where Ghostbusters 2 was filmed, and also Battery Park where Men in Black, their headquarters. I finally got to see it.
Yeah, I mean, Men in Black headquarters. Their museum is right on the next corner, so they're all right there
across from each other.
And then walked up the road to where Trinity Church is, so because they use that in National Treasure, and got a chance to see the Wall Street area because that's an area that I had not. I'd been down to the Battery Park area to where the museum was, but I'd never been up the road up into the Wall Street area, so. I finally got to see that little area of New York and walk through there. We did do the World Trade Center Memorial site as well. That was my first time to see it. Because Brock and I didn't get a chance to go. We had very limited time when we were up there in March. Brock got to go visit when he was there in June, but the last time I had been there was 2007. And they were just starting to, they just started breaking ground on the memorial and rebuilding in that area. So finally got to see that. We were going to go into the graveyard at Trinity Church so we could pay our respects to Alexander Hamilton, but they were already closed. So
we couldn't get into the room where it happened.
Yeah. Bro, you haven't seen Hamilton, I take it.
No.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
If you've seen Hamilton, you get it.
There's a song where they talk about want to be in the room where it happened. I think that's the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brock got his first subway experience too.
Yeah.
In New York this time around.
Yeah, the New York subway, not bad. Not bad.
It wasn't the horror fest it's made out to be in media and everything else.
No. It was crowded. The second time we jumped on there, it was very crowded.
Yeah.
It was about 7 at night.
Yeah, we hit it that's when we were coming back from that area from Wall Street and all that, going back to the hotel. But yeah, it was pretty packed. But overall, I mean, all of us, Alyssa and I took it while Brock was doing his conferences, and Brock got to ride it a couple of times. So we had good experiences, nothing that was concerning or we felt unsafe. I mean, we don't, I mean, I'm sure people have had bad New York experiences. I get it. But every time we've been, we've had great experiences. We've loved it. We've never had any reason to kind of fear for our safety or anything up there. So, and man, we discovered the best little pizza place across from our hotel.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I had like the thick New York pizza when I was up there in June last time, but this time we had the thinner normal slice of pizza. So good.
Tuesday, Alyssa and I did the rush tickets. We went to the Met. We went to the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Yeah, these guys went the day after the Met Gala.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you can still see where everything was set up, and they were taking it down. So that was kind of interesting just to have a chance to kind of get a glimpse of that. The museum is amazing. It is so big, so huge. we just had to sit down and decide, okay, what do we want to see? What are we going to see? Because we're not going to get to see everything. And it was also raining that Tuesday. So it was the perfect time to spend. No, did not. We were going to try to go to Macy's, but we just didn't end up making it over there. So no, we didn't get to go to Saks. But the Met Gala, the Metropolitan Opera House was amazing. I got to see finally like put my eyes on actual, original works of Van Gogh and Monet. So those were, it was just nice to kind of sit there and look at it. I was like, wow, this, you kind of get I'm not really a big, wouldn't say I'm an
art critic.
Art critic. I'm not very, okay, I'm gonna use the phrase that I used. I'm basic white girl art. Okay, look, and I just
she has Crichton area leprechaun sketch.
Yeah.
Y'all seen the leprechaun say yeah? So that's how I describe myself when it comes to the world of art. I'm basic white. It was like, it's like, oh, Van Gogh, Monet. So hey, but it's beautiful to see those things in person.
But the one painting you saw,
the park painting.
Oh yeah,
from Ferris Bueller. So yeah, I felt very Cameron in that moment. But after we finished, the rain had stopped, so we got to walk through Central Park.
You think the rain's bad here now?
Yeah. Oh, it was pretty bad Monday. Monday pretty much rained us out of just about everything we wanted to do. By the time we got there, because we were delayed about 2 hours getting into New York
because of the weather. And then when we landed in New York, kudos to the Delta pilots. Because there was zero visibility until we were probably 100 or 200 feet above the runway.
Thank God those brakes worked.
The plane was hydroplaning. I mean, it was on the runway skidding.
Yeah.
Dang.
We were holding on for dear life, and I had my eyes closed, and I'm like, dear God, please let these brakes hold. And they were squealing on the runway, but he finally got it to a stop. And then the pilot came over. He said, well, welcome to New York City. You are some of the lucky few who have been able to land here today.
Yeah,
wow.
It was rough.
It was a mess getting up there. But yeah, Wednesday we got up. We went to Greenwich Village, which is very nice. It's definitely a different pace to New York. I had an amazing latte at a coffee shop and got to walk around. And I saw the exterior apartment building they used in Friends. So I figured since we were there, why not? Let me just go take a look. And we strolled around that area. It's really nice being down there in the Greenwich Village area. And that was pretty much it. We already talked about later when we got back, we went and saw the firehouse. And but what I did after we did that was take the subway up to Columbia University, because I was going to try to get, the shots from the movie, the Ghostbuster shots there. And apparently it was graduation time. So you could not get in.
Had to have a ticket to get into campus,
or an ID. Yeah, you had to have you had to have a student ID or tickets to get inside. I did try to see if I could go in through the bookstore, but that wasn't going to work either. So I tried. I was doing my best. But I did see Tom's Restaurant, which is the exterior shot, the diner from Seinfeld. So it wasn't a complete waste of trip up in that area. But that's it. I didn't want to bore anybody with my, my sightseeing or the things that I did.
I know.
So just figured I would just kind of give some highlights of the trip.
Well, while my daughter and wife are out sightseeing, I'm sitting just a few feet away from Reese Witherspoon. She was our keynote speaker for our conference. And
and the Crumble Dude. The Crumble Dude was there.
The guy who co-founded Crumble Cookies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was there, and when we walked into his panel, free cookies for everybody.
Nice.
He brought them, and I was like, yeah. So we only got one each, but I got them to
persuasion. Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, you know what?
He may hit enter too soon.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
there you go. Okay.
Lie to get into Columbia. Yeah.
Oh,
persuasion check failed to get into Columbia. Persuasion check. Dungeons and Dragons term. I'm assuming we're still new to that world, so
she was destined not to get into that dump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to do the Venkman shot. I really wanted to do that.
Well, I think there's a fence there now. I think that's unfortunately ruined it for some people.
There is. They've put up some, but there's still some people that's been able to still sit up there and get that shot. So I was going to try. I did my best, but oh well.
Yeah. And my daughter, in all her efforts to see the world, she literally is right now. We got back from New York and went to see Beetlejuice at the BJCC, and then she a couple of days later hopped a plane. She's in London right now.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's in London for a few days, and she's going to get back next week and then head to Boston for the summer. So she's busy.
Well, she has that youthful energy to be able to do that.
Yep. And she's finished up her freshman year of college, so she is taking this opportunity to get out and see things.
Yeah.
She is a strong, independent little woman.
Well, but those times we go back to the hotel, she crashed out for her little naps, though.
That girl takes more naps than I've ever seen in my life.
Speaking of naps, I have a funny story to relate to everybody with y'all.
Okay.
I'm of course I'm asleep. I've been randomly taking naps, so I don't know if it's middle-aged dadhood catching up to me or not, but I'm sitting there asleep. All of a sudden I had like my phone on my chest. I'm asleep in the recliner. And all of a sudden my phone rings, and like I only have it I have it on do not disturb 90% of the time, but only certain people can bypass that, and Brock's one of those people. So I'm sitting there, all of a sudden I was like, I was like, oh, at first I forgot you were in New York, so I was making sure it wasn't like an emergency. And I was like, hello. He's like, you sound kind of groggy. Was you asleep? No. I was like, I'm awake.
Bo's playing it off. We're standing outside the firehouse, and I'm like, wait, you okay? You've been sleeping? No, I'm awake. I'm like, no, you're not. I woke you up.
And then I wrote in the mail. I was like, yeah, no, honestly, I was asleep, but I was doing that whole dad. No, I wasn't sleeping. No.
No, me sleep. What is that? No.
Yeah. We had to bring Bo something back from the firehouse.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Yeah, we need to get around to seeing it so we can give it to you.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. This is a long work week for me, so maybe the next week. We'll see.
Are you off Memorial Day weekend?
It should be. I think so.
Okay. Maybe we can get together on that Monday before I head to the Northeast again.
Yeah, we'll see. That'll work.
Ice Knight says, wow, I don't have the nerve to just hop on a plane. That's amazing. Yeah, that was a scary plane ride. Thankfully, the trip back into Birmingham was no problem at all. There was some bad weather the morning in Birmingham. What a shocker so far these last few days.
Yeah.
But there was, the weather had cleared up by the time we landed. So that was nice.
I don't feel bad, Ice Knight. I'm right at 44. I've never flown, and I'm not scared of flying. I'm just nervous about it because I've never done it. So I feel you on that.
I'll be right back in New York in a couple of weeks for a layover back at LaGuardia. So my lunch will be back at Potbelly's.
You gonna eat Potbelly again?
I'm going to eat a Potbelly sandwich.
Oh,
again.
Those are fantastic sandwiches.
That's a good place to eat in LaGuardia if you're ever there. It's in Terminal C. Potbelly's. So that's really the Birmingham story. That's the tea on New York.
Brock and I are walking advertisements for New York City tourism today.
We put on, she's got on her I Love New York shirt, and I've got on my Hook and Ladder 8 Firehouse shirt. I'm
wearing a Ninja Turtle shirt. I don't know where
there you go.
No, that's why, Sam. Yeah.
We're all New Yorkers today.
Hey,
New Yorkers with a twang.
Yes,
that's us.
Yeah, I got this. There's tons of these I Love New York gift shops all
everywhere.
I mean,
they're all next to the dispensaries.
Yeah, but they have the whole buy 2 T-shirts for $25. So I got this one, and then I got a black shirt.
Did y'all go to Times Square?
What's that?
Did y'all go to Times Square?
Oh yeah.
So any fun costumes?
They had King Kong was out there.
Yeah, King Kong was somebody had King Kong costume, and then Mickey and Minnie were walking around with their heads pulled up so you could actually see the people and see their faces.
They're on break.
Yeah, they're definitely on break from scamming people out of money.
I saw Elmo.
Yeah,
Elmo.
Yeah, a very thin Elmo who he was starving himself. Ozempic Elmo was there.
Did not see the naked cowboy this time around. Yeah, I saw him when we were up there.
Yeah, we saw him last year.
Yeah, but Times Square was pretty. I think it was busier this time than it was when we were back up there in March. It was really, really crowded. We popped over there a couple of times, and sometimes you just kind of like our hotel was just a block away and around the corner from it. So yeah, we were there.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't stay long. It's just it was very overly crowded. Mm-hmm. And I guess it's just because this time of year there's a lot of schools that are letting out. There was a lot of like field trips and groups and things like that, you could tell. So
yeah,
we finally went to the Disney store in Times Square. So what? Sorry,
there was nothing new in there. Me pulling back from collecting things, I'm not impressed with a lot of things anymore that I go in to see. So I'm disengaging my brain from spending money.
Oh
on
yeah, you're
items.
talking about the Disney store.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't.
It wasn't. I mean, it was nice and big and finally cool to finally go in there because Birmingham's Disney store left a long time ago.
Yep.
But as far as things that they had, it's kind of like,
you can get it on Shop.
Yeah.
You can get it on Shop Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah. But that was I guess that's pretty much the way to just kind of summarize and wrap up New York.
Yeah. So the other part of the pun in the YouTube thumbnail was talking about filtering. And so we're going to give Bo the floor and tell us all about filter in Birmingham last week.
It was good. Well, last week it was just like I said, just Friday night. It was at Work Play. I don't know if have y'all had a chance to go to Work Play? Have you ever been there?
Have not.
I haven't been to Work Play in quite a few years.
Well, it's been a while for me. This first time I went in a while. They've remodeled since the last time I've been, but they have I know you've been more recently to Iron City, Brock. So
yeah,
the venue. It's like I want to say it was the Work Play, not theater. Their rock, whatever. It's one of their. But it has an open floor pit area, and then it had some tables around the lower area, and then there was an upper balcony area with some tables, sort of similar like Iron City, kind of.
Yeah,
that's where me and Kevin were like. I was thinking I was going to have to stand the whole time. So when I walked in there and I was like, ooh, places to sit. So yeah, he and I went up to the top there and he actually pre-gamed better than I did. Cause he goes, hey, I brought these, and Kevin had earplugs. But, yeah, like I said, beyond that, like I said, I got there. They had a couple opening bands for them. The first opening band, like I guess they were just kind of hired because they were local, but it's a band called Audiophile, and they're out of Birmingham. I know they played a few shows at the Nick. That's why I was going to bring up their Facebook page, but they had a couple original songs that was really cool. But they're younger guys. I would say if I had to guess, they're mid-20s to early 30s. So, because like at one point they're like, yeah, we're going to go back to the emo phase from, when we were younger back in the day. And then they played Paramore's Misery Business. I'm like,
oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's an oldie. Yeah. Cause which after the fact I looked up that came out in 2009. So, I mean, it is a older song, but
This is something that, not to get off your topic, but something that actually was in our conversations over the weekend when you realize, 1990 something that just happened I wish that was 30 years ago. It was like, what? Oh,
well, that's the Filter was introduction in the 90s. The Audiophile was good. Then they had another band called Dead Code, which they were more like it's more than that. But me and Kevin both agreed. He was very with that oi. Brock expressed my feeling with that oi. Yes. And Shane says Paramore's Timeless. Yes, Paramore's a fun band. Don't get me wrong. Nothing taken away from them.
When people say throwing back to 09 is an oldie.
Yeah. And and then the other band was Dead Code. They were more electronic infused. You had the lead singer. He had like a small keyboard. Then the guitarist had he played guitar, but also he had like kind of it was like a hybrid of electronic and rock, kind of more like a very a la Nine Inch Nails, which was had a cool sound. I liked them. And then the next, like I said, they played 4 or 5 songs, and then they were good. And then the next band was called Deadly Apples, which he's very, once again, in that wheelhouse. He was very inspired by, they were out of Montreal, which was very interesting, but they were a very hybrid band of electronic and rock. And their lead singer, he said they were out of Montreal, but like the thing me and Kevin enjoyed the most out of him, let me remove this. And I've got a small video. I don't know if it'll play, so hopefully it's not loud or it won't get us hit with YouTube. So I may just mute it if it'll let me. But I guess it's a quick video because I'm trying to enjoy the event. Like I took my phone out once or twice to take a picture, but like I've reached a point where like yeah, kind of like that. That exactly, Shane. Yeah, that band, close to that band, and yeah. I'll post a link for them, or I'll send them to you.
Demonetized.
Yeah, but the funniest thing me and Kevin got a laugh out of was Dead Code. Was there? They had this roadie or whatever, because like he would always come up. The lead singer would knock over the mic stand. He would soon get up and come over, pick up the mic stand, and then he would and then the whole time the lead singer was like flapping the microphone cable. He'd always straighten it out to avoid it being a tripping hazard. But let's see. Let me add this here. Share screen.
Was OSHA in attendance?
I don't know, but let's see. Like I said, I'm going to mute it if it'll let me. We'll see what it does. But just kind of watch it. It cuts off. But see, you can see the roadie here. He's kind of I don't know if my mouse won't show up. Either way, he's already just got up from where he picked the mic stand up next. But like I said, apologies for the terrible video, but it's low video and loud in there. But you can see like he puts the mic stand back up. Now, the lead singer is just like jumping being all kinds of crazy. And then here in a second, the whole time he's straightening it. This is
dude.
Okay.
He's like, I've got a job to do. I'm going to do it well.
Yeah, and like at one point he got on the drummer there. Every double J needs
a roadie.
But like I said, I'm hoping I didn't realize. Hopefully I didn't say out the word I was thinking in my head of how he was messing with that roadie there instead of messing with him. So hopefully I didn't go back that. But that was they were a fun band. They were very, like I said, deadly. They're very Manson and Nine Inch Nails inspired sound. If you like that sound, and then of course we get to the main course, which was Filter, which Filter is Filter. Richard Patrick. I'm not saying his brother Robert, but Richard Patrick. He's just one of those genuine voices of the '90s I love, and it's particularly I think he's the only original member still in the band. He is Filter. Because like all his fellow, of course, he's completely gray headed now, but everyone else in the band was like guys in their like 30s or 40s. So,
okay.
But Filter was great. They played a lot of stuff from the newer albums. Of course, did all the big hits. Of course, did Take a Picture. And then they closed out with Hey Man, Nice Shot, which probably their biggest hit. But one, let's see, I'm trying to think. Well, one cool thing though that Richard dropped on us, he said this might be my last week of shows ever because he says I'm getting neck surgery after this tour is over with.
Oh,
so I don't know.
He recovers.
Me
and him share a birthday. His birthday's the same birthday as me. Oh, cool. Sorry.
He and I.
Yeah.
He is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
That's what I figured, Shay. That's what I thought. But once again, it was wonderful. Like they did good. Like I said, I think they were doing a show in Virginia, and like he said, then they're done with this particular tour. But that's the second time I've seen them, and like they're just one of those bands I wanted to see again. I had a good time. Like the venue wasn't packed out, but I'm glad it wasn't because it was nice. It wasn't. There was no abundant smells. That was one thing that was wonderful.
Well, how about that?
That was one of those things I prepared for, but like it was really cool. It was an all ages show. There was actually like a kid. He probably had to be 13 or 14 there with his dad. Now I kind of feel bad that like I didn't bring Oliver with me, but I was like, I wanted to get out and have a, just a dad's time type thing. But I enjoyed it. Like it was really good. Like I said, second time seeing him, as I said, let's They said he made a joke, something about, he said one point, he goes, I'd like to thank the Academy, but I can't because they've been ignoring the Patrick brothers for ages. I got a good laugh out of that. So, but I mean, it was really cool. And like I said, it's, I'll fall back also on Workplay. It's, if you want a fun, small, intimate show, definitely go watch a show there. It's a very fun venue. Like, Bravo Workplay. Like I said, last time I've been, they hadn't done none of this remodeling, and it was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, longtime listeners of this podcast and watching us know how badly I've been wanting to see Vertical Horizon.
Yes.
And last fall they were at Workplay.
Yeah.
Did we go?
No, we didn't go.
They've been to Birmingham like 3 times and I've missed them every time. And I don't know why we didn't go.
They were there, and they were also at that Foothills Festival for the free one. You missed them.
Yeah.
There was the Alabaster.
The Alabaster City Fest.
Yeah. The Alabaster City Fest. Yeah.
Yeah. I will get to them one day, I hope. But they were there, and then Everclear was there not too long ago, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They've been doing some smaller shows there. Like I said, Workplays, I highly recommend it. Like, it's cool thing about it. Like, I was worried about parking. Like, I went ahead and prepaid for parking, and there's a parking lot next to it. I did it. But then like Kevin, like, parked right in front of the venue. He's like, I parked here a couple, a while back here one time and had no problems. I was like, well, I wish I'd known that, but it don't matter. It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, that's like when we went to see Beetlejuice. Normally we pay $20 for the parking lot across from the concert hall at the BJCC. And I don't guess a lot of people were going to the show that night. It wasn't a full show, but we pulled up and got a spot on the street for free this time. So
nice.
Yeah, right outside. That was really cool. But I've been meaning to get to Workplay, and I hope we do. I hate like I said, missed Everclear as well. But when I was working in radio back in Columbus, Georgia, back in 2002, 2003, when Songs from an American Movie 1 and 2, they put out the 2 albums. They were with Lifehouse and Matchbox 20 at the then Phillips Arena there in Atlanta, and we had a really good ratings book that quarter, and our program director rented the limo and took us up there to that concert. We got to go backstage and hang out with Everclear for a bit, which is really cool. That was when they were that was when they were at their peak.
Yeah, see, I was going to show a photo. Like, this is me, this is just like not zoomed in. That's 1X. Like, that was how, like I said, how the venue felt. Like, it was, So like I said, I'll speak highly of Workplay. Like, I'm very, that's what I was telling Kevin. I was like, man, I need to come here and see more shows. Like, another band's coming in a couple of weeks I wouldn't mind seeing is a Cowboy Mouth. I've seen them before.
Oh, I've seen
yeah.
But they'll be there.
I saw them at X Fest one year.
Yep.
Cowboy Mouth. Yep. Jenny says.
Yes.
We all need to get together and do more concerts together.
Yeah, that's like if there's going to be a small concert there, I'm all for us going to do that. Like, I had a really good time, and like I said, we got there. That was one thing. Me and Kevin got there really early, so we had a good part. He's like, if you can get there early, you can get good seating. I was like, yep. So
it's general admission seating.
Yeah.
Up there. Okay.
Well, right. They made an announcement for the City Fest in our town today. I don't know. We need so they got a couple little bands that I don't know. Apparently they've got an 80s cover band playing. So I'm just joking.
Well,
I'm like,
when Jess and I first met, I was not living well, let's just say when we first met and I first came to visit her, there was a Rumors, which is a Fleetwood Mac tribute band that was going to be playing at Iron City, and Jess blew them off to come visit with me and hang out for a little bit.
See, that's just how much I was, how crazy I am about you, and just want to spend time with you. And
if you don't know, Jess is a Fleetwood Mac super fan.
Yeah.
Has never seen them in person, has never seen Stevie Nicks.
Until
for her birthday this year, she thought that she was just going to get the New York trip for her birthday, but oh no, I had other plans in mind. So After we got back from New York, one of the gifts I gave her was taped inside the back of her card. Why don't you tell them what it is?
Oh, hang on a second. Oh, give me just a second. I'll be right back because actually I want to show something.
Yeah. Also, fun things we're talking about shows. You know how we was talking about we're trying to get Gary again. We're going to talk to Gary about I know I'm sorry I'm just doing random stuff, but we're going to be going having fun here. But I saw this event fell into my timeline, and we may have to talk to Gary about this right here. The Whose Line Is It Anyway show they're going to have at Alabama Theater. Like that's on my radar too.
Oh yeah, that's
Nixie would love to come for that one.
Yes. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's a good. If that might have to be a plan for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we need to maybe look into that. Okay. So while I guess if it's okay with everybody, I know this has not probably been the most liveliest of podcasts. Bear with us, but I want to share.
We had 2 hours of planning for this today. Sorry.
Yeah.
So this is one of my birthday presents, by the way. If longtime listeners of the podcast know that I went on a hunt for this Starbucks cup when it dropped.
A year and a half ago?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, actually it was. Yeah. And I cannot find these anywhere in Birmingham.
For our audio listeners, these are the Starbucks slime, green slime cups that glow in the dark.
Yeah.
That were released Halloween of
Shane knows. Yeah. Shane remembers.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot find this anywhere local to us. I mean, I went to several Starbucks in the area on a weekly, sometimes twice a week basis, just trying to find this cup.
Never mind the one day I went to 5 Starbucks in one day.
Oh, that's right. You did.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Wasted effort.
Yeah. I had people all over the country trying to find this for me because it was like, well, I saw them, and then when they would go back, they were gone.
Yeah.
So anyway, I finally have this cup. Thank you, Brock. Thank you.
You're welcome. I finally found a decent price online for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a matter of time. Some people, they buy these cups, they're thinking they're going to sell them, and then sometimes I guess they're sitting on them for too long. They figure they better get rid of them, at least get their money back. So then I opened the cup first, and then I was given my card. Do you want me to read it, or would that be too personal?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm trying to get a good layout here so she can be bigger.
So Brock always gets the best cards. And I will not boo-hoo. Okay, I won't cry. I usually can never get through a card that he gets me without crying or tearing up because they're so sweet and they're so thoughtful. He does a good job at picking out cards. And it was like I went to open up the card, and at first I did something, and he was like, "No." And so
the back flap there.
The back flap kind of came up, so I was anyway. Okay, so the card says, "Happy birthday, my Midgie. Thank you for always being the sweet, loving, and caring wife that you are. I'm so happy to get to share this life with you. You mean everything and more to me. I wish I could give you the world, but, quote, stand back, unquote. I may not can take you to, quote, Vienna, unquote, this year, but I'll try to get you close. I love you always, Brock." So Stand Back is a Stevie Nicks song. And Vienna is my absolute favorite Billy Joel song. So when I pulled the little flap back, look at there. I've got tickets to see Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks in New Orleans at the Superdome in October. I don't even know how he knew about this because I knew he was on tour, and I heard, he's doing the stadiums again. And when him and Stevie do tours together, it's very limited time. They don't, she's not on a constant tour with him.
Yeah.
It's only just a couple of dates. Well, this guy right here, I don't know how he found out about it or how he got worried about it because I didn't know that they were doing it. and now I've got tickets. So I'll finally get to see Stevie Nicks. She did come to Birmingham. What about a year, maybe 2 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
And they had to cancel it. They had to cancel the show, and she never rescheduled the date. So this will make my third time to see Billy Joel and my first time to see Stevie Nicks.
Nice.
And this is and I the first time I saw Billy Joel, he was with Elton John. They were doing the face-to-face tour. And then we went to see them at Billy at the Superdome, Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta. And that was along with Sheryl Crow and Lionel Richie. So yeah, every time I've seen Billy Joel, he's kind of had his, he's always had these other great artists with him.
Mm-hmm.
And
greatness keeps the company of greatness.
I'm about to say, he has that pull.
Man. And I mean, the man, he just doesn't, again, I always, Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks are easily in my top 5 singers.
Mm-hmm.
So
Shane said you could say he was pressured to impress.
Good one. So thank you for those wonderful birthday gifts.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And my Mother's Day, as I say, let me pull up my Mother's Day right quick. It was Mother's Day mania, as we like to call it around here. Yeah, here's my.
Jess loves to show off her gifts.
I do. I like. Well, you do so well. You give me such great gifts. I can't help but share.
All right.
So here is
what are you showing? How are you pulling these up? Dead air for our audio listeners.
Sorry.
Apologies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I now have the Joe Hendry WrestleMania shirt. I now have a Yeet shirt, and I have a Joe Hendry figure from Matt Cardona's Major Wrestling Podcast.
Which, be happy about your WrestleMania shirt. I heard they severely underestimated how many people wanted those shirts.
Well, here's the thing. It arrived on. Well, we were out of town. We were in Georgia. Mother's Day weekend and my birthday. So while we were out of town, it had actually arrived, right? Mm-hmm. That was what was in the mailbox when we got back.
It came in on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got home on Sunday and it was waiting in the mailbox for her. So I still got to present it to her on Mother's Day.
He actually got his though sooner than I got mine, but I didn't know about it. So
yeah, I kept it under wraps so she wouldn't see it.
So Joe Hendry now is on my desk along with CM Punk and Larry and one of my Danhausen figures.
Nice.
So yeah.
Fellas, get you a woman who loves wrestling. That's all I'm going to say.
That's right.
Makes for a very fun time because the three of us on this screen, Raw is coming back to Birmingham July
17th.
July 17th. Right, yeah. Mm-hmm. So look for us. We are going to be in the seats that Jess and I normally get, which if you saw SmackDown February of last year, you can see my son in his red LA Knight shirt almost the entire broadcast. Mm-hmm. And so that's where we're going to be sitting. And this time we were able to bring Bo to our section. So you'll be able to see the three of us and Bo's son all together on Raw.
We need to should we make a Bama Geek sign?
I think we should. Bama Geeks on Netflix.
And they do
yes.
And now it's a Raw, so they'll probably have some cool drone shots.
Yeah.
Oh, so, that's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I might have to wear. I'm running into a problem now. I'm getting too many wrestling shirts, so now I have to decide what I'm going to wear when I go to events now. Which, if it's Raw, I think I should. Oh, gosh, I'm so torn. I always wear my CM Punk, but I think I might have to wear the Yeet shirt because it's hot pink and it'll stand out.
Yeah,
so,
that's a good choice.
Yeah, because
I'll decide closer to time. Like I might get the kiddo a Cody shirt, even though I don't know where he's really. Which roster they have him assigned to. I know
SmackDown, but he's been off TV since WrestleMania. So
if not, I may actually have to buy a Cena shirt for once if he actually shows up. I'm enjoying heel shirt.
It's 3 weeks away from SummerSlam, so
yeah,
hopefully it's going to be a good show.
What was it?
One day.
Ice Knight, you're absolutely right.
I'm sorry, I'm going with Shane. So just lay them.
Well, the thought that crossed my mind is to can I go run and change shirts throughout the show real quick? But yeah.
No, just have them on and just pull one off during the
yeah. I need to how the people used to take stuff and quilt, do the quilts and quilt shirts together. I should just I should get shirts and just take a piece of them and have them all quilted into one shirt or something.
Ice Night, we've tinkered with ideas of types of merch and everything for the podcast. Part of me wants to redo the logo and all. We've had the same logo now for more than 4 years, and it's something that I designed, and I'm not a graphic designer. We had somebody that was supposed to be working on one, and don't know what happened, just kind of fell through the cracks. So we've left it at this one. So I don't know. We'll see. Mm-hmm. We'll see. We would love to have something related to Bama Geek show up on Raw. So we might, I don't know if they let us bring the sign in for that, but we'll see.
I was thinking, Bo, I don't know if you've seen the other night. I think it was on SmackDown before Backlash, but there was 3 guys in the front row that they had John Cena sucks. Like each one had John. One guy had John, the other guy had Cena, the other guy had sucks on his shirt in front. I was like, that was funny.
We can't do that to him.
I know.
If you look at Cena,
he probably won't be there at Raw though. If he's,
you never know.
I know.
Yeah.
You never know. It's the build up to SummerSlam. You never know.
Is he going to spend one of his appearances in Birmingham?
That'd be great.
Is that
the first time he's been in Birmingham probably in 10+ years?
Yeah. Who knows? The only time I've ever seen him was when he was the prototype 2 weeks before his television debut, main roster debut.
Yeah.
He was at a house show and I got to see him.
I can't remember if I saw him. I went a lot during the quote unquote ruthless aggression area. I got to remember if I think I've seen him before.
Mm-hmm. I never have. I haven't ever seen him. And I guess I'm not going to get to see Randy Orton because I still haven't seen Orton in any of the events we've been to, and he's on SmackDown, so I'll probably get to see him. But so I'm hoping for Cena, hoping for Punk, of course.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We're gonna get Paul Heyman.
Oh,
again.
could we get Paul Heyman?
Oh,
please. Oh, Braun Breaker,
the
Paul
Penguin.
Man, get down here, Penguin.
You know what? You just gave me an idea. I think I know what shirt I need to buy now. I need to order it from his his store, so I get it in time. I may have to get the cornet face.
I always spot him in the crowd, though.
Yeah, that's what I say. They always
remember
stand
the
out.
cult.
Let's see. Shane says CM Punk may be doing a Saudi show. So if CM Punk goes to Saudi, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, I will be too.
Yeah. And then Ice Knight says, speaking of wrestling, anyone see the Chris Van Vliet post of Lesnar's daughter?
About her shot put? Her.
There is no doubt whose daughter she is.
Oh, yeah.
Bless her heart.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Daddy's genes is strong with that young lady.
Yeah. She's definitely a Lesnar.
We love Chris Van Vliet, by the way.
Chris Van Vliet's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's one guy I'd love to meet. Just from me being a former television reporter like he was, and still I do a lot of interviews and all for my job now. So I'd love to, just talk shop with him on that. On top of the fact he's a fun, positive guy.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never listened to him, Chris Van Vliet and Eric Bischoff and Jim Cornette are the 3 wrestling podcasts that we listen to on the regular.
Yeah.
I would love to meet Bischoff. He does conventions. I would absolutely love to meet him. I enjoy him more now than I did when he was actively part of a roster, because he can talk shop, the business side of things. I really like listening to that.
Yeah.
But Cornette and Van Vliet are both entertaining and both on opposite ends of the spectrum on how they conduct themselves. But they're both fun to listen to.
Yeah, and this last week we have Joe Hendry and Matt Cardona on Chris Van Vliet, and they were two great interviews. And hey, since we're talking wrestling, Darby Allin made it. He has climbed he has climbed the mountain. He has reached the summit. He is the first wrestler to reach the summit of Mount Everest.
And he did his kick flip, right?
Yeah.
So he got a world record for that?
I don't know. Did he?
Yep. I think at least I know he was planning to.
Now let's see if he snowboards back down Everest.
Hey,
there's no buses on the way down from Everest. So,
Hey, and we've met Darby before. He's fantastic.
Darby's awesome.
He was really great. But somebody made a comment on this post though. It says, "Pretty sure little Jimmy accomplished this feat." Little Jimmy, come on, little Jimmy.
Yeah, that's this weekend. This is next weekend.
Saturday night main event. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Sorry, guys. We've kind of we're
good. Hey,
we trailed a little bit. We rambled.
It's okay. And we were talking. Y'all guys were talking like, oh, we'll be done with this in no time and all this. So we ain't got much to talk about. And look at us. Here we are.
Here we are.
We've done an hour.
Yeah, look at us. Look at us. Who would have thought it
was? But we appreciate everybody watching on YouTube and on X. We're simulcasting there tonight. Again, if you've enjoyed our ramblings, our very tired ramblings tonight, please leave us a thumbs up. That will help us out with engagement, get us more into the algorithm, so more people can see that. Hey, people from Alabama, not so bad. You know,
pretty good folk.
Yep. And always go to BamaGeeks.com. That's where you find all the audio and video episodes, blog posts whenever we get time to write. We are also on social media at Bama Geeks everywhere. If you want to join Facebook and join our group, just search for the Bama Geeks Front Porch on Facebook. That's where we are. And of course, as always, thank you so much to our top Patreon, long-standing Patreon members of Jamie and Mike and Darnay and Jack.
Good folks.
We appreciate you guys, and we appreciate everybody who tuned in to watch.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. I was scrolling.
Okay.
I was just scrolling on Facebook, and so apparently Ernie Hudson has been cast in the Blue Bloods spinoff Boston Blue, which Blue Bloods is the cop show. It's got Donnie Wahlberg and Tom Selleck on it.
Okay.
So Ernie is going to be playing the role of Reverend Peters, a Baptist pastor who is the patriarch of a Boston law enforcement family or law enforcement dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
So Ernie's character is cast as Sonequa Martin Green's grandfather. She's in the show. So Ernie's going to play her granddad. Sonequa, Bama connection.
There's an Alabama connection.
Look at there.
Sonequa Martin Green, for those who don't know, is from Russellville, Alabama, correct? Russellville?
Yes. She graduated from Alabama.
I was in college, my undergrad with Sonequa Martin Green. We had 1 year overlap. She's a little bit younger. But yeah,
we got her to write Roll Tide on her picture.
Well, she did that on her own.
Yeah. Sorry, Bo. Do you have a thought?
You got me thinking. I was like, he's playing a reverend, but I was thinking more of his character from the Answer the Call Ghostbusters. He ran a mortuary. That's why I was laughing.
Yeah, he was a funeral director.
Yeah, funeral director. That's right.
Yeah.
Stacking them up like flapjacks.
Where's the car?
Where's the car? So there, our buddy Ernie. Wish we could have met him in Huntsville, but he had work obligations and couldn't make it. So hopefully we'll I'll get to meet y'all. Y'all have met Ernie.
Oh,
it's
no big deal. Plenty of times.
I hadn't had the chance. I mean, I saw him in the theater at the movie premiere, but still. Anyway, sorry to derail us again, but I just caught eye of that, so I just figured I'd bring that up.
That is okay.
Yeah.
So, any parting thoughts from you guys?
Beyond, I just, like I said, I enjoyed Filter. Go if he does wind up touring again after he recovers from his neck surgery, go see him. But yeah, that's beyond it for me. Also, I don't know if you noticed, I'm a little less bristly as I was. I got a new trimmer and I got a little too crazy. So
yeah, I do. I can kind of tell your beard's a little shorter.
Yeah.
No more Cornelius or Yukon and Cornelius both.
Yeah.
You didn't get to go Tomasa Champa on us though. So
no.
He's growing his back out.
Thankfully.
Yes.
My gosh.
Well, awesome. Again, if you like us, if you like what you see, leave us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We'd appreciate it. And if you're listening on the audio podcast, then leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify, or 5-star rating, and leave us a review. We'd love to hear your thoughts on us, good, bad, indifferent. But if you got bad comments about us, then, just at least leave us a 5-star rating. So show us a little love. We appreciate it. And if you're watching this after the fact, please drop a comment and we'll respond to it. We've enjoyed having Ice Knight, Shane, and others here watching with us live tonight, both on X and on YouTube. We appreciate you guys. And again, get well, Kevin. He'll be feeling better very soon, hopefully. And for Kevin and Bo and Jess, I'm Brock. We're the Bama Geeks. Make sure you check us out, BamaGeeks.com. And thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.